called Take My Hand. And so that's what connected us to Melvin, who came to Cambridge to see the mural, and we kind of connected from there. He came back with Rose, and he said, I really think that the folks in Washington, D.C. would love to kind of get away and, meet people and see this mural. How can we make a day of it? And the rest was history. I really do believe. He said, I can bring a few ambassadors. And when he said, I can bring a few ambassadors, we were like, what? Because that sounds unheard of for us. We are the grassroots, boots on the ground, in our underserved and economically depressed neighborhoods, working day to day for our voices to be heard. And so for you to say, I can bring some ambassadors was just for us. And so our process was that we had to get approval. Once we kind of came out with the structure for the day, we had to get approval from our local government. So when we announced to the local government that ambassadors were coming to Cambridge, the energy and the synergy around this day was just unbelievable. We had mayor and county council, city council, fire chief, police chief, everyone worked together in ways that we had never seen. And that was huge for us. Those are things that just don't happen. So what does that mean? What does that mean? It wasn't just me. It was, what did you bring? What did you interject into our community to cause that type of excitement and to cause that type of unity? I would like to say it was me, but it really was not. It was the idea of someone from Africa, someone is coming to Cambridge to see us. And the dynamics of our city, of our county, is Harriet Tubman. So you can imagine the spiritual, the economical, still the racial issues that are there. So for you all to come and to just spend time in Cambridge was huge.
Stay away about Dr. Garvey also.
Yeah. So one of the highlights of the day is we did an after action kind of meeting, and one of the highlights of the day was how our young people were engaged. Word went to Texas, to the Carolinas, to Ohio and Philadelphia. So we had probably 500 to 600 people who attended this day in Cambridge. And our young people had the opportunity to sit and have some one-on-one time with Dr. Julius Garvey, and I think 2 of the ambassadors were in the meeting with them. They are so energized. And these young people are ages 12 to about 18. So we had a group from Prince George's County, the Sankofa Homeschool organization. We had our own young people who were the youth ambassadors from Cambridge, Maryland. And then we had a group of young men, so professional and just well-groomed, from Dallas, Texas, called the Bowtie Boys. And so now what those young people are doing is they are planning a joint project to put up a historic marker at some of the locations where we had our events. I'll just run through what we did for the day really quickly. The Day of Resilience, once we started talking about what we can do to make this big, all of the pieces just started coming together. We were entering into the 400th year, however you want to put that together, but we were entering to the 400th. This mural is based on the story of Harriet Tubman, who rescued her niece at the courthouse in Cambridge. So we started the day off there to really understand the dynamics of that. So to stand in that space where Harriet Tubman's niece was rescued from an auction block. She was actually auctioned, sold, and then the gentleman that won her took lunch and left her there. And so during that time of her being alone, she was able to escape. Right down the street, there's the end of the Choptank River, and she was voted out to Baltimore. So that's why you see this picture of Harriet Tubman. You never see Harriet Tubman around water like that. But that's what this mural really did depict. And so we stood in that space where the auction took place with our brothers and sisters from the continent. And we had spoken word, we had historians, we had dance, we had drummers, we poured libations, there was a cleansing ceremony. It was so powerful and so surreal. And then from there, we had a processional about 5 minutes down the street to the mural where we actually did a ribbon cutting because that's how new this piece of art is. And after that, we had lunch. We won all types of awards. We had senatorial, gubernatorial, delegates. We won so many awards that day. So this is now an award-winning day. And then to put the cherry on the top was the Harriet Tubman, CFA Harriet Tubman Town Hall meeting on Africa, which we really struggled with at first. But after we kind of worked through this, it all just made sense. It made sense. How do we get our communities, everyday people engaged and even interested in what's going on in Africa? I mean, this has been so engaging to hear you guys at these high levels talking about, you know, the exchange and what we're doing to help those relationships. But to get everyday people who go to church and go to work and come home to even care about Africa was huge. And that's part of our healing journey. So I think some of our steps forward are, this is another public art, because we engage everything around art and creativity. Another public art project that will be at the next Day of Resilience, for which you all are invited, September 12th, 2020, is a sculpture. You may have seen it being circulated on Facebook, but it's put out by the Wolford Sculpture Studio. And this is a 9-foot brass sculpture of Harriet Tubman on another escape. And so that will be unveiled on September 12th, 2020. We already set the date up. We have financing in motion to do this. Again, it's something that kind of takes on a life of its own. We have young people who are working on another public art project to do a historic marker on that same spot where the rescue took place. We are just so honored to be a part of the Ron Brown series. Whatever we can do, like everybody else said, when Mel calls, we just say, what can I do? And how can we help? So we just thank you for including us, and we look forward to what the future holds for this. Thank you.